Captain's Log, January 2nd, 2026. Hello, I'm Captain Vile. Good on you, you've made it to Friday and the new year. Funny hearing it, eh? 2026. I think I mentioned this last show, actually. How all the, what was it? Distant years sound odd until they arrive. And then it's like, oh yeah, it's just, yeah, 2063. Yeah, sounds fine, because it's 2063, but if you're, like, saying it here, it's a little odd. Oh well. Been a bit since I've recorded a Captain's Log. Last show was pre-recorded, because I was visiting family. So the actual last time I recorded one of these was the 19th. Last year. Trying to avoid doing too many of those jokes. Oh well. So, what did I watch? Well, I'm now realizing I've just seen the first movie this year today, thinking I didn't put much thought into it, but I without getting into my review of it before it's slot, we're gonna go with the last one first, but I started the year off with a pretty good movie. Anywho, and I ended the last year with a pretty bad one, The Family Stone. Watched this on Christmas. Well, not on Christmas, but like at Christmas. Anyway. 2.5 stars. So, I said, I forgot this was a Christmas movie until the chase scene that felt like it was made solely to be in the trailer. Most of the emotional moments feel unearned, but I did like the ending. I didn't really speak on the technical aspect of it. I mean, there were a few shots I did like. Like, I liked the shot at the... I wouldn't really call it a confession scene, more of like a plead to stay scene. But I did like the trick they did with the bus, where you didn't see that she... Like, this movie is as old as I am. Who cares if I spoil it? Where she didn't go with him there, but they... Like, eh. I thought that was a fun trick. Other than that, it's... stories, like, just two brothers swapping girlfriends, so kind of weird. Acting-wise, it's fine. I missed the voice actor for Mr. Incredible from The Incredibles plays the father, so that was a little distracting. I didn't mention that, but at any time he spoke, I just heard Bob Parr. So it's... I wonder how many people pay attention to The Incredibles enough to know that's what Mr. Incredible's name is. I mean, they certainly say Bob a lot, but a Parr, I think, is only mentioned definitely during the insurance. This movie, The Family Stone, was bad enough that I gotta talk about The Incredibles to, like, get through it. We've pivoted. We're talking about how often Mr. Incredible's last name comes up in The Incredibles. Like, okay, we're moving on. But this week, and the first movie of the year, this was my pick after hearing about it from my father, who sent me a bunch of lists for, like, industry reviewed and audience reviewed movies. But it was Portrait of a Lady on Fire. I quite liked this movie. I gave it 4.5 stars, and I said, a few shots stand out, the music is well used, especially in the ending. It's quite well acted, but the best thing here is the story. I don't think a final line has gotten to me this much. She didn't see me. She didn't see me, my ass. She didn't stop seeing me. If you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about, go watch the movie. It's good. It's long, so you'll have to set aside 2 hours. I mean, that's not that long. There are longer movies, but I don't know. It's slow as well, is another thing. The pacing is well done, but it's slow. you're gonna notice it. Not enough to be like, okay, well, this is boring, but definitely enough. I'd say it's similar to Das Boot. It's nowhere as long as Das Boot, not even close. But it's like it's very purposely slow, and it's long. But whatever. I didn't think it was too long. I didn't think it was too short, but it was very well paced, and very well written. But one thing that interested me was, anytime they were painting, I tried to focus on like hands and see, is that different from the the actress's hands, the main actress? Because with shows and movies where there's a character who's like a musician, and they gotta play the piano, which they do in this, with their back turned to the camera, by the way. I always wonder, did they learn that, or is that a double? And with this, I'm pretty sure it was... I mean, there's obviously scenes of them, like, doing it, but very, very minor additions. Very carefully just... Alright, I'll draw one line here, where it's kind of easy not to notice, unless I put a little more emphasis on it. So with that, I'm curious. But... Oh, other than that, there was 2 uses. It's a scene where she's seeing a ghost. It's a really weirdly done green screen of... I don't want to get into the spoilers, but... Well, I guess I just kind of did. My bad. It's one of the first things they talk about, alright? So, whatever. That doesn't come into play very much. That's really more of like a theme thing. But it stands out. The rest of the movie, as I said earlier, some shots stand out. So there's one very well... I think it's the last scene on the beach. That's very well lit. It's very colorful, despite what the scene's about. So that's a nice, I suppose, juxtaposition. There's also a nice trick with portraits, because there's a lot of paintings in this. The exact term escapes me at the moment, but the clip they use when they teach you about it is a man. It's a single still shot of a man looking at the camera. It cuts to a bowl of soup, cuts back to the man. Same exact shot, but now you think he's hungry. Cuts to a broken plate, and then cuts back to the man, and now he's kind of grinning at you. He's very sly. He broke the plate, and he's like mischievous about it or something. They use the same shot twice, but they cut something in between it, and now it's portraying a different emotion than it previously was. They do that in this movie, and it's well done. I like it. Good movie. I'd recommend it. Overall, I had a pretty good New Year's, I'd say. Specifically on New Year's Eve, I was tempted to do something where it's like I time a movie, and as soon as the clock strikes 12, something specific in the movie happens. I did that last week. It's... I don't know, some scene in Penguin to Madagascar. Not some scene, it's like him coming out of the submarine at midnight, which was fun. But I didn't do that this year. Instead, I watched the fireworks instead of a movie, and I didn't see them that well from my window. I tried to catch as many as I can. But I went, like, after midnight, though. I went outside. And it was really cold, but I was able to make out a couple from the tree line, or from above the tree line. I had to climb my fence to do so. So I was pretty precariously balanced, but it was so worth it. They were beautiful. It's like an orchestra of light. It's amazing. I didn't even see that many, but just the ones I did were so bright. It's really well done. Man, fireworks are so cool. I love pyrotechnics. They're awesome. I don't see them very often, so they're always special whenever I do. But I'm really glad I was able to go out and catch the ones I did. Because I saw, like, I didn't see the main Clock Strikes 12 light 'em up ones. I saw kind of like well, we've still got these to keep the show going. Kind of like I don't know. I'm trying to think of, like, a concert, but I don't know any of the terms for, like, after the main act. Whatever, you know what I mean. Kind of keep it going, but not as involved. But still amazing. It's so a lot of green too. I thought that was a fun coincidence. My favorite color being very presently used in this particular light show. So that's nice. I myself didn't have any fireworks. I don't think I've ever had, other than maybe one. I think it was 4th of July. When I lived in Washington. And my parents had gotten me and my siblings these sparklers. But those was fun. Those were fun. Other than that, I haven't that much to talk about. I suppose resolutions. I don't know. I will talk about my previous, not previous, before New Year's Eve, because I was having a bad New Year's in 2025, like leading up to 2026, because I was trying to get the New Year's animation out, and I was working overtime to get it done. I was really tired and miserable, and I was really annoyed. That's an understanding. I was pissed off. It was like, well, I'm clearly not going to be able to finish it in time, so whatever. And I was just mad. And then I realized, well, there's still like 2 days till New Year's, but I clearly am not going to finish this animation. And I wanted to finish the animation because it's what I wanted to do for the channel on New Year's. But as soon as I realized I couldn't do that, I was like, well, what do I want to do on New Year's? And so I just was like, well, I want to play Helldivers. So I just played Helldivers and drew, like, random stuff. I mean, not random stuff. I drew characters and storyboards for upcoming animations. But that was really just because, like, not even storyboard. I just drew some characters that I've not shown off yet, but they're really fun to draw. Because, I don't know, I also enjoy the specific pose. But I did a New Year's for myself rather than the channel, which was nice. I don't know how often I'm going to do that, because, I mean, I'd still like to have stuff for the channel, but it was nice to do it this year. Overall, I'd say that I had a very pleasant holiday. Yeah. And a very pleasant New Year's for myself. I mean, I had Christmas with my family, which was nice. And I'm not saying I, like, didn't do that. I'm trying to word it. That was beneficial for me because I enjoyed it. But this was beneficial in another way because, I don't know, I did it purely for myself. I don't know. Whatever. Now back to resolutions. I suppose tying in with missing New Year's animation and the Golden God animation taking so damn long to finish, my resolution is realistic. Get a little more realistic with what I want to do creativity-wise. I'm working on this alone, and I'll be working on various other projects alone, so animation is one of the mediums in which your imagination is the limit, but that's if you have infinite time. I don't. I, unfortunately, am bound by a little thing called mortality. So, as much as I would like to have these one-man show grand animations, I'm only going to be able to get, like, 3 done in my entire, hopefully, more than 70-year lifespan. if I work on them to such a scale. Like, they can't be too crazy. They're gonna be maybe 15 minutes, and they're gonna be choppy as hell. But I can at least focus in on the writing. Maybe a good story can carry bad visuals, but not the other way around. It's not to say I don't want them to look awful, just story is definitely more important. Now I'm thinking. Oh! So, didn't win the bet. It's annoying. So, not only did I not win the bet, but I am unable to pay back the playthrough of Subnautica Below Zero because all you funny people have voted for Golden Gods Animation to be released instead, alongside the playthrough that accompanies it, because I refuse to compromise my artistic vision. And will not just release the animation by itself. No. It ties into a specific game because of the themes of the animation. Anyway. So I'm now in double debt to my audience, but I will no longer cry foul about what the hell am I going to do for double debt, because I figured it out. Even though I'm only going to be in double debt for like 2 weeks, because we're going to finish Arkham Origins and its DLC. I've planned everything out. I know what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it even if I will technically not owe anything whilst doing it, so it won't really be double debt. But whatever, man. It's my story. I did used to have... I've reeled this in, and I'm kind of going back to that with this, what I'm doing now, for the Double Debt arc. I used to have all these ideas for, like, themes of, like, channel lore. Because I used to have these ideas for characters who would, like, quote-unquote, take over the channel. But it would just be me doing, like, a different voice. I don't know if I'd have it affect, like, day-to-day videos. So it would be, like, you watch one video in a series a year later, and then the next video, like, why is he putting on a voice for this episode? So, I had plans to do that, but I'm not gonna do that day-to-day videos. I'll do them, they affect special videos, but not really the channel itself. But I did like that idea. It's just... Were I to be a YouTuber in the early days of YouTube, oh boy, would I have done that. Let me tell you. Like... Oh, I would have had all the cliches. Especially, like, how no series would be safe from this. Not even How Riddler is Riddler. Like, you would be watching How Riddler is Riddler, and then suddenly it gets interrupted by, like, a skit that has ongoing lore within the series of How Riddler is Riddler, and I'd have to, like, go against an evil version of myself during the review. But nowadays, people are like, come on, I just want to find out, like, what the score is, man. I don't want to see this weird, like, film student projects on my YouTube video. Oh well. I would have done that back then, though. I'm tempted to do it sometimes. Not in How Riddler is Riddler, but in, like... Because, I don't know, that's a project, or that's a series that just doesn't get tampered with. It's good as it is. Oh, but I did win... This is going back to the bets. I did win another bet with Simi. Over which of us is the better YouTuber, because I had more subscribers going to 2026 than he did. I am sitting at over 1,090, and he is sitting, at the moment, at just over 900. He was at 800 and some change earlier, but apparently something with YouTube does with like the holidays. Excuse me. Is they'll like give you an uptick at the end of the holidays because they like withhold them during the. I don't know how it works. He knows how the algorithm works more than I do. I don't really care about that crap. I just make what I want to, and apparently it works sometimes. But anyway, he's got to admit that I'm the better YouTuber now. So there might be a video there. And that's the origin of if you go into like, let's see, it's my about. It says Captain Vile voted best YouTuber 2025, and it's like that's obviously a bit because I wasn't like voted, but it's because I won the bet with him, and that joke to me is gonna age like wine in coming years because I'm never changing it. I'm gonna retire as Captain Vile with that in the damn bio. Like, Captain Vile, you were voted best YouTuber in 2025 30 years ago. Let it go, man. No. It's my badge of honor I wear with pride. It's gonna be even funnier if YouTube goes under while I'm like on it and I jump platforms, and I'm gonna have that be my banner, like best YouTuber 2025. YouTube stopped existing 5 years ago, man. So it's an investment joke. It's funny now, but imagine how funny it'll be in like 2036. I'm gonna be laughing about it then. Oh well. YouTube itself it's made some pretty stupid decisions lately. So I don't know how quickly this going under may happen. But like I kind of think it's a when, not an if, truth be told. Who knows, maybe they'll get their business together and stop all this AI crap. But maybe not. But I'll be here till then, and then show up in the new station, trying to like strike iron while it's hot. But hey, Captain goes down with the ship. But that ship is a submarine, so it's okay. All right. I do believe I am completely out of topics now. Bit of a very nearly a shorter show, but I've like off the top of my head like, oh yeah, this is what I was going to talk about. Oh yeah, this is what I made this like YouTube going under, and plans for that. Could probably be. I don't think it could be its own show, but it could certainly be a larger portion of its own show. Like at the moment, I'm saying all this as I walk out the door. Anyway, thank you for watching. Happy New Year, and goodbye.